on to you, Aquarius out here? Yeah, sorry, I'm getting notifications. But what's going on to you, Aquarius? You have the you Aquarius have the Six of Wands, the Fool card, and you Aquarius also have the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, the Eight of Pentacles. Sometimes the Eight of Pentacles and the Six of Pentacles kind of looks similar in this deck, so I always have to like check to see which one is which. Okay, but for you Aquarius, the Six of Wands, the Fool, and the Eight of Pentacles, right? Um, excuse me. Uh, still getting over that cold. Just you know, the nasty stuff, basically. So, um, a lot of you Aquarius are really focused. The Six of Wands, the Fool card, and the Eight of Pentacles speaks to you Aquarius being very, like I said, very focused on your family, who you consider family, who you consider close to you, stuff like that. Your loved ones, and like again, you being kind of like jacked in. I know that sounds weird, but it's like how like you plug like a port into a computer or into an iPhone or something like that. Y'all are plugged in. Y'all are focused. You Aquarius are in the zone. Things are coming effortlessly to you. It's not a lot of restrictions. It's not a lot of friction going on. It'd be wild because during a Mercury retrograde, a lot of Aquarius be having good times. You know what I'm saying? And so the reason why it is that you Aquarius be having good times because obviously y'all are zodiac signs that think. Yes, we are in a Mercury retrograde until the 7th. April 7th, if I'm not mistaken. Between the 7th and the 12th. Don't quote me on that, but one of those. Between them two dates. But we are definitely in a Mercury retrograde for the next couple of days, for the next few days. And why that's so important is because of the fact that you Aquarius are unaffected by that. Y'all are having a good time. Things are moving forward. Obviously, you may have a little bit of difficulties for some of you, but nah, you Aquarius are moving forward and things are actually getting done the way that you want them to get done. And then you Aquarius also have like the Queen of Cups and the Five of Swords. This actually means a couple of things. This means a bunch of things. One of the things that it means is that you Aquarius are becoming a lot less emotionally involved, in the sense that the things that may have tugged at your emotional strings and got you upset and bothered you, now you Aquarius are learning how to detach even from that, because we all have emotional strings, right, where the things that we may get ourselves into that may trigger a reaction. But excuse me, we got to get out of reacting, right, being under the influence of another person or something, right? Being under the subject to, right, or being subjects to, which is not good. You want to be subjects of, not subject to, because a subject to means that you're basically under the direct hostile control of whatever the topic is, right? Whatever the subject happens to be, right? Whatever the topic is, right? Or the specific idea or pronoun is. So the situation with that is that why that's so important is because you Aquarius are learning not to be emotionally triggered, right? Where the things that may have gotten to you don't get to you anymore. And that's good because it means that you're more detached from this reality. As far as let me actually clean that up. What I mean when I say detached, no, you're very much so tapped in. What I mean by when I say detached, I mean like the things that will be used against you, you are detached from. So you're turning weaknesses into strengths, not just mentally, but emotionally, because Mercury retrogrades is not just about a reevaluation of intelligence, but Mercury retrograde is also about figuring out how you have been, how your behaviors have been, how the ways that you think have been. And so because of that, it puts you, Aquarius, in a position, not just you, but everyone whom this affects, right? The Western Hemisphere, I guess. Because the Western Hemisphere and the Eastern Hemisphere are like two different, obviously two different hemispheres, but like during the reason why I'm saying that is because during the October, November, December, January, that's their spring and summer, right? And if you live in the Western Hemisphere, which is over here, the Americas, that's our winter. And over there, when they experience summer, like I said, we be experiencing winter. When they experience spring, we be experiencing fall. So it's like two different planets basically joined into one. That's how kind of similar but different the Western and Eastern Hemisphere is. And so why that's so important in the first place is because that speaks to the level of growth that a lot of you Aquarius are going through. Y'all are taking this Mercury retrograde, and you may not even have known that a Mercury retrograde was occurring, but you Aquarius are learning to not take the emotions that you once used to feel about family, whatever it is that used to tug at your emotional strings. You're learning to actually spiritually cut the strings, right? Not be so affected by the things that would affect you, that would cause you to react, whether it's family or friends or whatever the situation is, causes you to not react. You know, for me, and it's the same thing for me. For me, it was because I'm part of Aquarius. I have Aquarius in my chart, Saturn and Aquarius in the 11th house. So like even for me, it was like the story of BLK people, right? And the ships, if you know what I mean, right? Getting so tired, or got so tired to the point where, exhaustion, which creates growth, got tired of having to explain to BLK people that like, BLK people that you that's not your history. It's not. And I can prove that. And there's plenty of people that can actually prove that. It's not your history. Because my grandma was born in 1915. My grandma was fluent in French. Had the right to travel. Always had the right to travel. Great-grandma, my great-grandma, that is, my great-grandma, passed away at 103. Was around during the 1800s, right? Literally was around during the 1800s. Speak fluent Iroquois, Spanish. My mom speaks fluent Spanish. So these people are not dumb. These people are not uneducated. These people are not well traveled. My mom was born in St. Vincent, which at that time was a Spanish speaking country. It's English now, right? The majority of people speak English, but it had a Spanish influence, right? So, but how did I end up being born from Trinidad? Traveled from St. Vincent, and my mom also spent time in Chile. My mom also may have spent time, don't quote me on this, may have spent time in Peru. No, I think she did spend time in Peru. Spanish-speaking countries. You dig what I'm saying? So, and this is all in the course of the time where they say that it was supposed to have that same kind of pressure, right? So it's like, if that's the case, how come you mean to tell me that my family still had the right to travel and pretty much do whatever they wanted to as in American nationals, right? Now, why am I trying to say all that? That was some of the things that used to get me triggered. But I realized I can't get emotionally into this stuff, because I realized, and the realization, the epiphany hit me like a ton of bricks. Like, There's always going to be, because a lot of these people are Masons talking that nonsense because they're getting paid off. A lot of these college educated people have, and I could prove this, they have education in moral science, but they talking about BLK history, which is diametrically opposed to one another, right? So they know the truth, but they telling you some nonsense, knowing that they're telling you nonsense intentionally. And I can show and prove this. All you need to do, comment in the comment section. Say that you want to know the proof. You want me to show you the proof, and I'll go ahead and show you the proof. I ain't gotta lie about this. Y'all know the deal. Everything I say on this channel, I can show and prove. I don't have time for emotion. Unless I come back and I say, okay, I don't know this. Don't quote me on this. I don't know this. Up, got corrected. Things changed. Da, 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 da. Till then, y'all know that I have documentation to be able to show and prove it. So a lot of you Aquarius are learning how to not get so caught up in the worldly things. But these two cards also mean that this also means that you Aquarius are learning to be okay with people having a problem with you all the time. Whatever concoction they got to come up with to tell themselves the story of why they can't rock with you, it's okay. This is another emotional trigger that a lot of you Aquarius are learning to be detached from, because you realize that a lot of you Aquarius be decent people, but people want to make you into the villain of the story. So this is why, as I was talking about, you got to get over the morality, because people will make you into the devil anyway. This is why I talk about the devil so much. It's not that I'm devil worshiping. There's no, again, like anybody who knows me knows there's no such thing as the devil. No, I don't worship the devil, and I can't. There's no such thing. That is a tricky subject. I don't believe in him. He doesn't, and not only do I not believe in him, he doesn't even exist. And even if he did exist, I still wouldn't rock with him. To kind of clear that up, because people always ask me this question, and it's like people's lack of their inability. They don't want to use their brain so much. Like anything that's not Christian is like devil worshiping, and it's like you think that just because my idea is different from yours, it means that you don't think I know the difference between right and wrong. And right and wrong has nothing to do with morality. Morality is religious dogma. The difference between right and wrong is knowing what is just and what is unjust, understanding law and understanding what is not, what is iniquitous, what is imbalanced. There is a difference to those things. Now, why is that so important? Why that's important is because now that you Aquarius have been going through that emotional work and becoming less, you're mastering yourself. You're getting more better at being able to understand what were your emotional triggers, because they're not that anymore once you identify them and you're learning to detach from them, right? And you're letting them go. But the Nine of Swords and the Three of Cups, you Aquarius are also realizing that you're going to also have to be aware of the people that you hang around as well, because what's happening here is that when you hang around the wrong crowd, my Aquarius, what's going to happen is people, especially the ignorant ones, especially the ones that are going to try to get you caught up in that nonsense, they are going to try to pull you back. So this is also about, regardless of whether if it is people whom you know or people whom you don't know, there's a sense of you having to learn to also understand to stay away from those things. Not necessarily because that they will get you to be caught up and reel you back in after a certain amount of time. No, because you Aquarius will be emotionally detached by that time. But because you've already conquered that story already. That's a story that you've already kind of put behind you, right? Like you know those same kind of like emotional triggers of like family or maybe friends or progress or whatever it is, job, whatever it is, may get you on your nerves. People's unawareness, people's lack of awareness, people's inability to be mindful. You know, Aquarius, Virgo, Gemini, Libra, especially Aquarius and Virgo are zodiac signs that are extremely self-aware, extremely mindful of how they come off. This is why respect and everything like that is so ingrained into a decent Aquarius that chooses to be decent, because y'all are aware of how you come off, and you are not clumsy in that way where you lack compassion and remorse so much to the extent where you end up creating problems with people where it's not necessary, right? You know, cause or saying something or doing something that causes emotional baggage to another person that they will now have to learn to get over. You know, you Aquarius, and like I said before, that is one of the cornerstones. That is one of the cornerstones of spirituality, is mindfulness. A lot of times people, a lot of times people will come to you, Aquarius, and they will not be mindful. Well, you, Aquarius, are extremely mindful. You are, which brings self-awareness, higher levels of consciousness. So you, Aquarius, are learning to not only emotionally detach, but also knowing, like, stay away from this, because by that time in the future, you would have already have conquered this emotionality of these specific things. So why would you decide to engage in it? Because you've already gotten over that, right? And it's not necessarily going to bring you back and get you emotionally caught up in it. But what it will do is, like I said, you don't want to be caught up with the telling people, the burden of telling people the truth of the situation. Flat truth. It is what it is. Take it or leave, take it or leave it. But if you leave it, you're living a lie. It is what it is. And just and basically just, doing, and them accepting it, right? Like when you tell people, like for instance, when I tell people about Moors and stuff like this, Moorish Americans, a lot of times people not like it. It doesn't matter. It is what it is. The Circle 7 Quran. Hold on a second. It don't matter. It don't matter. The Circle 7 Quran is in the Library of Congress. If you want me to pull it up, I'll pull it up for you. Factually, it's in the Library of Congress. The presidents of the United States study this stuff. There was 8 Moorish presidents before George Washington. One of the names of the Moorish presidents, his name was called John Hanson. It's not an opinion. It's a fact. It is what it is. Like, and so when you start telling people facts, flat facts, it doesn't matter about how you feel. No one cares. It is what it is. Accept it. You have to live it down, or don't live it down, but it's still the truth. You don't want to put up with that burden. That's the reason why you, Aquarius, should stay away from emotionally triggering situations like that. And then you have the 7 of Swords, the Moon card, and the 2 of Cups. These 3 cards here for you, Aquarius, this is now like, so now that you've gotten to, now that you, Aquarius, are getting, because you're not there yet, but now that you're on this journey currently that you are detaching, now that you, Aquarius, have gotten to this point where you have graduated some more of your emotional triggers and emotional hangups, the 7 of Swords, the Moon card, and the 2 of Cups here speaks to how, like, again, this just makes you, Aquarius, even more evolved, because now people don't know how to really get at you. And this is, what this is going to do for you, Aquarius, is that it's going to make you a lot less emotionally detached. You're going to be a whole new person. So the people who may try to get you upset and try to, like, trigger you on the job and stuff like this, get you upset and get you all out of pocket, that's not even going to get you upset anymore. Family, whatever it is, that's not even going to get you upset anymore. It's going to kind of like bug people out or trip people out, because they're going to be thinking to themselves, well, you, Aquarius, you've changed. You keep changing. Like, why is it that you keep changing to the degree? Because you Aquarius changed from being like easily kind of tampered with. All I needed to do is kind of find a button to press. I'm pressing this button and now it's not working. That's why it is like I told you, Aquarius, that people don't need to run game on other people. And people who run game is kind of weird because most people's buttons are already on them. They don't need to create buttons. They just have to find the right button to press. But then when you essentially don't have buttons, or when you have buttons, but then like a person can press them, but it's like there's nothing happens. What happens when a person presses a button on a vending machine and nothing moves in the vending machine? Eventually, the person is going to kick the vending machine in frustration. And then after that, the person is going to essentially move forward because there's nothing that they could do. You know? And good luck breaking a glass. You know? So let's clarify the Two of Cups. You have the Judgment, the World card, 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and then the Hangman. That's my point. The Judgment, the Fool, the Judgment, no, excuse me, the Judgment, the World, it looked like the Fool for a second. The Judgment, the World, and the 6 of Pentacles, to clarify the 2 of Cups, speaks to how, like, at this point, less people have problems with you, Aquarius. Less people have problems with you, because what are they going to do when they try to like create problems with you, Aquarius, and make it seem like you, Aquarius, are the issue or the issues when they can't trigger you, right? At this point, they will look more and more, they will look more terrible. You know why? The people who have problems with you going to look more terrible, and you, Aquarius, going to be sitting comfortably, handsome, pretty, whatever you call yourself, in a position of power. You know why? Because they're going to have to show up. They're going to have to get more and more wild as time go on. And the veil of behavior of them being so civilized and pristine and proper, whoever's messing with you, Aquarius, whatever's messing with you, whatever was your kryptonite, whomever is your kryptonite, because they had problems with you, you, Aquarius, are going to get a chance to see, like, all of this, them well-being behavior is an act, because what happens when they can't emotionally trigger you? They got to get more extreme in order to do so, which makes them look terrible, because now it's, you looking bad, you looking bad, you looking bad. You're supposed to trigger people while hiding your hand. You showing up, you become, it's coming more obvious, you looking bad up. And so the 10 of Pentacles and the Hanged Man now is, like I said, while you, Aquarius, sit looking handsome or pretty, doing your thing. On to the next thing. So this is what this Mercury retrograde is teaching y'all. Comment on the video, like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share the video. Appreciate y'all. Come through and get a personal reading from me. Peace. Take it easy.